Most traders are losing at the open because you're not following a setup. You're not following a set of rules that get you in the market, either long or short, with a defined stop and a profit target. There was a post on my last video that I did, which related to the power bar, and I'm not going to out the person that posted it. It was a very nice post, but it basically said, I've been messing around with the power bar, but I didn't really use it. And then I blew an account, a prop firm account. So I decided just to use the power bar, and it worked really well. And you can look at my last video and see the posts. Thank you for posting that. But the realization was from the person who posted this that you actually have to follow the rules of a setup if you're going to trade a setup, right? You can't pick and choose what rules you want to follow. And the same person posted that they hadn't seen the fence bar work yet. So I'm going to go through the fence bar trade one more time just for that person and how it worked again today. But you can follow along as well. I'm Steven. I'm a former market maker. I'm arbitrage expert. I have a background in warrants specifically and trading those via arbitrage. You can check out a little bit of my background in the description below. But today, what I want to do is teach you the fence bar trade. Super simple. Yes, it's similar to an orb trade, but different. I get this comment constantly in my comments on YouTube. Isn't this just the orb trade? Similar, but not the same. Let me jump right into it. I start my day on a 2-minute chart. I don't need the extended hours on for the fence bar trade. So I'm going to start the day on the 2, and then once we're 5 minutes into the day, for me, 9:35 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart. I'm going to draw in a box starting at the high of that first bar and the low of the first bar. And this, to me, is my upper fence and lower fence. So what I'm now going to do is go to the 2-minute chart. I had a question about this before as well. Draw it on the 5-minute. I trade on the 2-minute. So I drop to the 2-minute chart, and simply what I'm looking for is a move outside of either the upper fence bar here, or fence post, or the lower fence bar down here. And then I use the 20, which is my anchor line that I use with my power bar as well. I have a cheat sheet for anybody that wants it that talks about both this fence trade as well as the power bar trade. I just combine the two cheat sheets. If you comment fence in the comments below, I'll send you that cheat sheet via email. But what I'm looking for now is a move outside, like I just said, and then a retest. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. And then a retest of my upper, in this case, bar. Here, I get a move outside and it closes outside, but the retest then moves all the way through the fence and doesn't finish outside. I need it to finish outside. So then you get some trading inside the fence again, another move outside with this bar, and then a move higher with this bar that retests. I'm going to make it bigger. That is the retest and the close outside. To me, this is where the long is, toward the end of this bar. So right in here is where I want to get long, right? As this bar closes, just before it closes, just after it closes, maybe you get a little bit better entry. My stop is now 50% into the bar. And then I'm looking for a logical level to put the stop based on, I'm beginning at 50%, which is here. around this level, but it makes sense to put it just under this pivot low. So that becomes my stop. This is the size of the risk from my entry to my stop. And generally, I'm then looking for 2 times my risk on this trade. This was not the case yesterday because the trade was counter trend. So it ended up moving lower 1 times the risk of the fence trade. I'm not going to go into yesterday's trade today, but my anchor line yesterday was moving higher. And when the fence bar trade triggered, it was a short. So it was a counter trend trade into my anchor line. Again, context for kind of what kind of profit I'm looking for on the trade. Today, it was a long trade and it was aligned with my anchor line. Again, the 20, it's the only thing on the chart. So now with this trade, I'm looking for 2 times my risk, which puts it right here at just over 649.90. I just did a video for my paid group about the confluence of 2 things I was watching this morning. When we broke out of these levels, I was looking for a move to 650. I had a great question in the comments to one of my videos this morning. What do you do at all-time highs when you don't have resistance levels? It makes it tougher when you don't have those levels. So in this case, what I did, and this is what I told my Discord this morning, was look for a move to 650. And I, like I said, did a whole video about that I have just sent them. I'm not going to go into all of that, but the bottom line was it's a big round number. The markets are driven by humans and they're driven by human psychology. It's a big round number and it makes a good spot to look for resistance. It also happened to be 2 times the risk in this trade on Qs. So it lined up with the risk. So this morning, what I was looking for, based on the fence trade, the fact that my anchor is in alignment with the trade, it's not a counter trend trade, right? We're trending higher. The 20, my anchor line, is trending higher. The fence bar triggers a trade higher. So I'm looking for 2 times the risk in the trade. And it just happens to align with 650. We got to 650 literally here at 1246. We literally printed 650 and then fell off and didn't get back up there later in the day. Here's what most traders don't get. They don't bring sort of a common sense overlay to their trading. To me, 650 as being a level today, it's just a common sense thing. It's not anything magical. It's not a big technical number because we've never been there before, right? So you can't say, oh, that's the high from a previous time because we're at all-time highs. So if you're looking for a level that's a target, it's, again, just a common sense thing. Maybe we blow through 650. Like I didn't have a crystal ball that said we're going to stop right at 650 and then turn. But if you're looking for a profit level, when we're at all-time highs and you've just entered a clearly defined setup like the fence bar, and it matches up with 2 times your risk, to me, that's a very, again, common sense area to have a stop where you move, your stop up close at that point, or just take profits because you're at 2 times the risk in the trade. I'm debating posting the at least part of the video that I sent to my group, my Friday video that I send out every week. Here later, I may post that tomorrow for those of you who are on the channel and watch a lot, you may enjoy seeing that, how I talk about a little bit more of the 650 area and kind of how that came into play for me. If you're interested and you watch my videos, just comment that you'd like to see it, and I'll have to edit that and post it. But if you want the cheat sheet for this trade, the fence bar trade, just comment fence in the comments below, and I'll get you that via email. For those of you using the power bar, it also triggered the entry here. So it was a very close entry to the fence bar. The fence got you in a little bit better into this long today. And then if you note, there was a long that triggered here. And people are always asking on a power bar trade, what power bars do I not take? This is a power bar I would not take because it's going into, one, a double top, two, right into that 650 level, and it's over lunchtime. And I don't think your best trades are taking place during the lunch hour. So I'm going to wrap it there. If this video was helpful to you, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll keep making videos like this. Thanks for watching.